In life, there's a saying that nobody beats Father Time. But that rule doesn't really apply to flowers, doesn't it? Once you bloom, you become immortalized. And today, that exception is no different. Will the lilac stand the test of time and blossom, or will he wither upon the hands of the old guard? zSidd in red, Chexa in blue. Two of some of the most beloved in the community. One from tournament play, the other from entertainment. Now their paths cross, and only one can win. I am Cyfox. With me is my friend VDC, and I hope you guys are doing wonderful today because today is must-see TV. How are we feeling, VDC?
Yeah, I'm really glad to be here. Welcome to Rambulan sa Silanganan Round of 32. This is Seed 11 zSidd versus Seed 22 CasualHexagons. I am really excited to see this matchup because, kind of opposite skill sets, but both of these guys, they have their experience. They have, like zSidd, he was a 5C veteran since 2021, and that profile picture sends shockwaves to his opponents. When you see him outscore you, he can outscore a high ranked player in his skill set, a really good player that can have high scores as a 39k player. He even has a badge in 2022. So yeah, a really good player here. I'm glad he's able to play because there was a bit of a question if he's able to play. But his opponent, CasualHexagons, while he might not have as much experience as zSidd, he is a solid player. He has he has 500s in his profile from stream maps, A maps, and he won a tournament also Collegiate League Tier 2 with Leferel or Guardian. So yeah, you can see they both have experience in the clutch under pressure. So very exciting to see this one. And you see here CasualHexagons with the first ban, and it's gonna be Nomad 5. That is definitely something that zSidd has proficiency in. So now we are seeing an immediate Nomad 2 ban. If there was a ban that you really needed here from zSidd, it's this Nomad 2. Because CasualHexagons, very consistent Nomad 2 player. And now we will move to the first pick, zSidd. He immediately picks Hidden 2. Yeah, you could see that he had a low score on the qualifiers for Hidden 2, but make no mistake, this one's really right under zSidd's pocket. It's less practice, more on the aim here, which also favors CasualHexagons. Maybe he will be more comfortable in a Hidden 2 that is more aim, more flow.
Yeah.
This map, okay.
No, I'm just excited. Sorry. I'm gushing out of excitement because these two players actually I've looked up to for different reasons. zSidd for his skills, CasualHexagons for his amazing personality and relatability, really. But as we head into this map now, both of their players going to do their good luck, have fun. And even if this map heavily favors zSidd, I won't count Chexa out. Let's see, guys.
Yep, can't wait to see this one.
Yeah, first map is on their way. zSidd, Chexa, must-see TV. Let's go, man. First few patterns, CasualHexagons finding a little bit of discomfort, but that's no problem at all. It's just the early stages of this map. zSidd though, finding an SS, accuracy won't be dropping anytime soon. If we know this man, we know what he's capable on in low AR HD. Jesus. But yeah, both players I've seen so far, not really a problem, not really a struggle for either of these players. Both of them still finding no breaks at all. Both of them still I've seen. Now the combo is still identical, but that very, very, very slight accuracy advantage going on to zSidd's side. When with that break, CasualHexagons does find first blood. zSidd though, the immortal man, still finds his way. Still hitting all of those patterns many, many years later. zSidd, we all know what you're capable of, but can you prove it once more? CasualHexagons now in the back seat. zSidd comfortably in the driver's seat now here. And I believe that the shift will be automatic. zSidd now 200k score lead and continuing. And still pristine accuracy, 99.5. CasualHexagons actually not bad either from him. However, this is zSidd's wheelhouse. This is zSidd's playground. And right now it's just his world and we are all living in it. zSidd, comfortable pick, near SS. And probably an FC if I don't curse him right now. First point does go just as expected. HD2, what a player. 1 million score on this map. There's a reason why this man is feared. And he shows us right now. What map will Chexa go for?
Yeah, 1-0 now from zSidd. I don't think there was a question on this one because, if it's a hidden 2, zSidd's biggest enemy is himself. Like, you see that, 5 100s. So yeah, I think it will be an immediate mechanics pick from CasualHexagons to counteract the gimmick. Let's see what happens though. You could see the pool here. No DT's banned actually, because that Nova 2 was really a scary one. So understandable ban. And you'll see HR1 actually. So that's aim. In terms of HR, both players are actually rather comfortable compared to the other people in this tournament. So it could be anyone's game. But on the aim side, it could be definitely favored for Chexa here.
Very scary sight to see if you're zSidd. But honestly, yeah, I do agree with you, VDC. Both players are very comfortable in HR1. Players actually, as you said earlier, very prominent in tournaments as well. Only time will tell what will happen. CasualHexagons expressing his fear, but zSidd, ever so appreciative of the moment. He still supports his foe regardless. What a gesture. But as we head on to this HR1, let's see if fireworks will be made or will it be a lopsided victory on either side. Rambulan sa silanganan, ladies and gentlemen. And as we start, both players not having good accuracy, but that will equalize soon enough. Both players know the stakes at hand. zSidd coming out with the early lead with the accuracy being significantly hard. But it's still early. Both players actually, yeah, they're trading accuracies here. Something that I would expect in a map like this, very bursty. zSidd does find the first break. CasualHexagons still hitting everything, doing everything that is required of him. But CasualHexagons finds an unfortunate break as the first break does commence. zSidd now pulling away with that accuracy lead from earlier. It was equal earlier, but again, it's burst. So any single trip can just lead into a huge disadvantage for you. CasualHexagons needs to find his place in this map if he wants to take the first point. But little break now before the first half is finished, and as we head into the second, zSidd now again in the driver's seat. Both players though not a chump at all when it comes to these types of maps. Both players wanting to prove something. zSidd willing to prove yet again that he still got it. CasualHexagons proving to the world that he is capable and can beat one of the veterans of the community. Both players now though hitting all of these patterns, but with that accuracy disadvantage for CasualHexagons, it may not be enough as long as zSidd holds the combo. zSidd now still holding really well, nice and slowly. Despite those accuracy drops, he's still in the lead. CasualHexagons though still not making it any easier for zSidd. Both players now fighting tooth and nail for this point. Will it be a first break point in the side of zSidd and a quick 2-0 this early into the match, or will CasualHexagons pull away with it? And as the time runs out, I do not believe it is enough. CasualHexagons, nice try, but still not enough. zSidd finds a holy S rank. Both players actually did not miss. So that is really intriguing to see. But now it's zSidd's pick. And it's very scary, my friend.
Yeah, that is very interesting pick right now. It's a breakpoint, and zSidd somehow came out on top as a in ACK for a bursty HR1. You would expect Casual Hexagons to be more on the tapping side, more on the ACK side here, but I guess the comfort was on zSidd's side there. And now it's zSidd's pick again, and he immediately picks Nomad 4. This is more for reading Nomad 4 because there are perfect stacks here. There are some patterns that you're gonna have to figure out, some sliders that you're gonna need to practice beforehand. So a really good pick from zSidd here.
Yeah. And I really do agree with you, VDC. I think this is one of zSidd's greatest skill sets. It is that HD2, it is that alt, and it is that tech map. Anything non-conventional this man has in his holster. And the gun is really loaded here as it's 2-0 right now. Will he capitalize on this pick, or will Casual Hexagon, against all odds, take this point? A breakpoint for your first will be very impressive, especially against a foe like zSidd. But anything can happen here. As we all say in Rambulat sa Silanganan, are we ready?
Forgot to mention, Casual Hexagons, he's streaming his POV right now, twitch.tv/Casual Hexagons, if you want to see it. I'm gonna plug it for him.
Yeah. Better, I'm not sure how you could watch both our stream and Casual Hexagon stream at the same time. Can't see right now. That would be greatly appreciated. But as we head into this Nomad 4 pick, zSidd's pick, this time trying to capitalize off of that breakpoint early on, looking for that 3-0. Casual Hexagons looking for that first breakpoint. A tall task, but a task that he is very much willing to do. Both players now starting. Let's see what you both got. But yeah, this map does heavily favor zSidd, I would say, because of that reading aspect. It's not just a tech map. It's a tech map where you really have to read, because there are some overlaps, like those sliders over there. Casual Hexagons might not be the most comfortable, or at the very least not as comfortable as zSidd. Look at the difference in ideologies when hitting those sliders. zSidd opting to do it the most optimal way. But so far, so good. Both players still FCing despite those differences in aiming style. Casual Hexagons, not a problem for him at all, but even more so for zSidd. Look at that accuracy so far. Usually you would drop some slider ends, but this time, there are none. Both players, though, not willing to drop any combo. And as I say that, Casual Hexagons does find the first break. zSidd now, again having that advantage. Another Ki here, and zSidd, he's not finding any mistakes as everyone has expected of him. The veteran showing why he's wise beyond his years. Casual Hexagons still pretty comfortable here, but that unfortunate break and that other miss as well doesn't make it any easier. zSidd looking to have an FC with ridiculous accuracy. 99.5 in this map in particular is ludicrous. The break now commences, and both players now know what is happening. zSidd with the FC, Casual Hexagons having to catch up quite a bit heading into the last part of the map. Both players now looking to FC the rest of the map. zSidd actually drops a bit of accuracy, but it shouldn't matter as much as long as he holds that combo. Casual Hexagons now, what does he have? zSidd now still hitting those, but zSidd does find a break. That has a little opening for Casual Hexagons, but I do believe it is too little, too late. zSidd does break again, a few more of those, and Casual Hexagons might have a chance, but so far, that doesn't mean much. zSidd does find a few breaks, but with that break from Casual Hexagons, it is over. Those last few suspicious sliders will mark the end of this map. And the end of the map, the dust settles, and zSidd is the victor. 3-0. Chexa That is unfortunate. A good attempt from both sides, but again, it is your pick now. Not all hope is lost. You need a quick one though.
Yeah, 3-0, zSidd's favor. He's holding down the line so far. If you see the picks, 700k is like his minimum. That's insane. I know it's 6 stars map pool, but bro, it's not going any lower than 700k.
Yeah, it's insane. And sorry, I'm looking at the chat right now. What Ben said, you guys saw what happens when someone goes 3-0. He says that because so far, actually, in I think all of the matches, or most of them at the very least, after someone goes 3-0, the other player that's at a disadvantage immediately takes the free back. So we'll see. I'm not
Yeah.
taking sides here, but anything can happen.
It is a DT2 pick from CasualHexagons. This one, I mean, zSidd's been acting really well like the past 3 picks. Maybe this is the first that you might see him struggle a bit on act. And yeah, if it streams, CasualHexagons probably more comfortable in this one.
Yeah, this DT2 pick, I believe, is just generic speed, so a lot of burst, a lot of what BPM is this? Like 225, 226? I'm doing math here.
Yep.
A lot of bursts here, a lot of maybe finger control to be had. Something that zSidd is working on, but historically that is his weakness. That stream, that flow aim, that speed pick. But again, he is a veteran, and it is a low SR map pool. And as we head into this DT2, zSidd, Chexa. Will Chexa get his first point? So far though, despite zSidd missing or sliding, missing some slider ends, zSidd with that huge accuracy advantage, 86 to 95. So far, so good for him. It just might be a break point if this continues. However, it really does matter what combo ends up being on our screen. 85 is kind of bad though. Both players now looking to find a mistake from the other player. Both of these players though not willing to give any of those things up. Both players wanting to fight tooth and nail, especially for this pick for CasualHexagons. He wants this first pick very badly. He wants this first point. Both players hitting everything so far though. It's very surprising that zSidd has the accuracy advantage right now, but that is what our eyes are telling us. zSidd does find the break though. CasualHexagons, despite that 88% accuracy, will have the score lead, especially because combo is king, unfortunately, in a map like this. CasualHexagons does find the break though. Now this is where the accuracy comes into play. zSidd now in control, but barely. His grip on this map is a little bit soft, but nonetheless, he is in the lead so far. Heading into the second half of the map, both players now looking to do damage. CasualHexagons still in the backseat. zSidd having almost, the combo advantage isn't that huge, but the accuracy also pretty huge. 86 to 91. Both players not having the best of times here, but still, that's a lot to ask for, especially if you're CasualHexagons. But it's not over yet. Only a quarter of the map remaining. Both players doing pretty well despite the accuracies. This part is really demonic, so we don't know if one man hits. CasualHexagons does find the FC though. zSidd is the one that breaks. Nerves will now come into play as the break does end up happening. CasualHexagons still finding the FC. He has to hold a little bit longer, at least 5 seconds here in order to get the score lead. And I think he just does it right now. Yup, 10,000, and I think it'll just grow as long as he doesn't do a chain miss. zSidd not too far behind. However, that combo game really is something to be feared. CasualHexagons first point. What an entertaining map that was. Very close. But
That was close. Finally on the board, CasualHexagons. I feel like he needed offset on that one. He was kind of hitting early, but as you see, the combo higher for CasualHexagons, and if you are Chexa right now, it's nice to see that zSidd can come back down to earth. As while 400k is still a good score, it wasn't as good as the 700ks previously. So now you're feeling confident that there are weaknesses that you can attack here. And zSidd, he immediately responds with an HD3. And that is right up his alley. Kinda techy, flow, hidden. And you saw the flow hidden pick in the hidden 2. Right up his alley. So might be a bit of a struggle here for Casual Hexagon.
Yeah, certainly a very tall task once again for Casual Hexagons. Again, this map is very much zSidd's most favorite map. You combine a lot of his strengths, hidden, tech, flow, aim. A lot of these things combine to make this map, and zSidd looking to be very comfortable, potentially an FC, but let's just see right here, HD3 is on its way. Early slider and drops, I believe, from Casual Hexagons, but if you're him, you would need everything to be on your favor right now. zSidd now though. Accuracy advantage once again. Both players not finding any mistakes so far despite those accuracy drops from Casual Hexagons. Both players still not breaking, not missing, still unrelenting. Both of these players are pretty good at this map actually. But zSidd, he is the one that has the greatest strength on this map, these types of maps where he just dominates other players usually. But Casual Hexagons isn't making it easy whatsoever. It'll prove to be a challenge for zSidd. If he wants this point, he has to earn it. And this map has a lot of reading sections that Casual Hexagons is hitting. Both players still not finding any mistakes towards the second half. Very impressive performances from both players, especially from Casual Hexagons. Not really his skill set, but still proving that he can do anything he wants. zSidd though still in the lead thus far because of that accuracy advantage and that very, very slight combo advantage. Both players now though still heading into the last quarter, the hardest part of the map. Let's see. No one gets trip up so far. This TI section will be proving to be difficult. Casual Hexagons though still both players FCing. What a ridiculous performance from both sides. zSidd though, just a superior accuracy. It's not a complete domination whatsoever as we expected here, but still both players FCing it. It may come down to the wire, who misses first, who doesn't. Casual Hexagons, you are doing the best you could, but unfortunately that accuracy won't do enough. It's not gonna make wonders for you, but zSidd, still the old guard. An absolute performance for the ages for both sides. Might be a double FC. Let's see. And yeah, that
Are you
was a
kidding me?
what? Yo. Dude, oh, Casual Hexagons, like, he missed at the beginning, but like, that's 900k to zSidd's 940. Jesus. I am out of words.
I don't know what to say. Like, we thought it was kind of out of Casual Hexagon's skill set, but that is a really impressive 880k, but just outclassed by zSidd's FC. What more can you do? I mean, you can probably not miss at the start, but wow. That is an insane pop-off from both players. It is now Casual Hexagon's pick. Yeah, I'm a bit speechless. That is one of the highest scoring picks here in Rambulan sa Silanganan. I don't think you'll see much higher scores. Okay, 4-1, and it's Chexa's pick. Match point for zSidd though, and there you see the Nomad 1. This Nomad 1, low-key war of attrition because it's pretty slow, pretty basic on how it's structured. You're not gonna expect much people to miss rather than a shit miss, honestly.
Sorry, I'm still shocked by earlier. I need to calm down.
Yeah, no worries, man.
copy pasta aside, this Nomad 1 is pretty consistent map. It is aim consistency around what 6.2 stars. And Casual Hexagon's now a gambling man. This map is a 50-50. Despite him being the superior player in the mechanics, the low SR will prove to be difficult for both players, especially with the nerves. I think both players can FC this, but let's just see. Nomad 1, not for sale, Fossil. Fossil, not for sale. I don't know. But as the map now begins, Casual Hexagon's early slight accuracy disadvantage. zSidd still holding the SS, but yeah, you would really need the FC here, and you would need to hope for a mistake on either side if one player wants to get the point here. zSidd looking to end this early. Casual Hexagons looking to delay it to tiebreaker. Who do you have? So far so good though. Both players are hitting everything. zSidd does find an SS right now to Casual Hexagon's 97 accuracy, but that might not matter. Heading into this first KI, both players might drop accuracy. zSidd finally dropping the SS, but there again. Casual Hexagons now though, looking for any mistake, and I think that's it. I think that's the zSidd mistake we need for Casual Hexagons to stay alive in this match. Casual Hexagons now firmly in the lead. That lead will just grow a little bit more as he does not find any miss whatsoever. zSidd now at the driver's seat before, but now he is at the back seat. Casual Hexagons very much in the lead. Both players still not a slouch in this Nomad 1. 98 to 98, slight advantage, but with that combo, it'll prove to be very difficult, especially if he doesn't miss heading into the half. Both players hit those large jumps. Casual Hexagon still finding the FC. zSidd 300 combo, so it's not going to be that easy. He's not going to let it go that easily. He needs a mistake though from Casual Hexagons, but he's making it a fight, and a dog fight it will be, as thus far the FC is still on its way. Casual Hexagons very prominent in these types of maps. Nomad 1, Nomad 2, one that zSidd has banned, but this map is also his prominent skill set. Both players still, aside from that one unfortunate miss from zSidd, he didn't find any mistake. So it could be anyone's game now. Casual Hexagons. Imagine the nerves on this person. Imagine the nerve control that both of these players do have. Both of them very veteran players. Now it's a matter of who wants it more. Both players now heading into the quarter of the map. The chorus will be on its way very soon. Both of these players though, there are jumps that need to be hit here. Both of these players, so far it does hit. zSidd not finding any mistake, but so does Casual Hexagon still with the FC. 98.7 to 98.5, identical. But that break will set everything into stone, potentially. I have no idea what zSidd just put. Maybe the hieroglyphics from his time when he was... I'm not gonna make that joke, but he does find another miss. Casual Hexagons still FCing. zSidd missing yet again. But Casual Hexagons does find the miss, but I do believe it is over in this map because zSidd's gonna be score capped. Casual Hexagons very much over that score cap potential because zSidd's potential score is gonna be a maximum of 600k, I do believe. The Casual Hexagons will have his second point. Pretty convincing victory here. He just hit the parts where zSidd could not, and that has paid large dividends for him. And the map has been secured. Second point, Casual Hexagons staying alive. zSidd does find a few misses, but again, any other performance beyond that point is insignificant. You'll do find a 720k, 730k from Casual Hexagons, and near 500k for zSidd. Impressive performances. Casual Hexagons was just more clutch.
You know, Casual hexagons implies the existence of competitive hexagons. And you're seeing it here right now. As he's now 2 points on the board. That is a 1 miss, 730k on this Nomad 1. While it's right up his alley and it's a low SR Nomad 1, you still need the nerves to control. So, really solid score. Almost 99% also. So let's see, it's zSidd's pick right now. He's on match point. I think we might be seeing a Nomad 3. I saw him practicing it earlier. But looking at the pool right here, he has decent picks on Hidden 1 also. Maybe a DT3 attempt, but I feel like Chexa would prefer that DT3. Still a bunch to touch here. Like a bunch of HRs, a bunch of DTs. That could be picked from, but yeah, I could probably see that Nomad 3 or HD1 being picked from zSidd.
Yeah, both picks are actually pretty solid for zSidd here. Either way, I think he could do well, but CasualHexagons, I hopped into his stream earlier and actually was practicing HD1, but zSidd now picking DT3. We're staying in the middle today, my friends.
Yeah, I think he saw that there was a decent ACK advantage on the DT2 for zSidd. So maybe he could capitalize on that ACK advantage on this DT3.
Yeah, and if you were to look at the qualifier statistics, zSidd actually scored 300k on the DT3 to CasualHexagons 174. So that's pretty significant. That's near double the score of Chexa. But yeah, as the map now does begin, DT3 looking to seal the deal is zSidd. Meanwhile, trying to stay alive is CasualHexagons. Will he be able to do it? Or will the veteran find his footing in the round of 16 winner's side? Early break from CasualHexagons, that's not going to be good. Both players having really bad accuracy so far, but it'll be going higher as the map continues. CasualHexagons, that was an uncharacteristic miss. However, I do believe that both these players will find a lot of misses, but let's just see. Nerves are definitely in play for both players here. zSidd though still not finding any misses. zSidd still finding comfort on those breaks. On those bursts. Definitely more than CasualHexagons right now. A 10% accuracy advantage, that is very significant. And as we see right now, it's coming into fruition. 200k and just absolute domination from zSidd. And as Chexa keeps on breaking, it might be GG. zSidd, a solid performance here thus far. 500k, FC, 3/4 of the map. And I think, yeah, it might just be it. CasualHexagons, even if he FCs the rest of the map, it won't be enough, especially against an FC of zSidd. And more especially the 82 accuracy against the 93. zSidd finally finds a break, but he's done more than enough damage on this map to secure his victory. zSidd, he still has it. CasualHexagons though, nice try, my friend, but unfortunately, zSidd had the better performance today. Congratulations, you are in the round of 16 winner's side. zSidd, 0 misses.
Yeah, another 700k. That is really impressive. There was a clear comfort difference in this DT3. But now with that, your winner is zSidd. Oh, I can't get over his profile pic, man. 5-2. And he'll be moving to the winner's side of the round of 16. I can't believe this. I mean, you can. He was the higher seed, and his performances were really dominant. Well played to CasualHexagons for tanking some of these picks and yeah, it was a really good showing from both sides actually.
I do agree with you, VDC, but later on, we will have a banger of a match later at 8 p.m. today. Envy, yes, the Envy, Paper X, Envy versus Minoru. That will be very, very intriguing. Envy being the higher seed, Minoru being the blue team lower seed. And we will see you then. Good day.
Yep, have a good day.